Hi everyone, John here, and I just thought I'd show you something that I've just bought, and it's this thing here, which is really beautiful. It's a 1960 Fender custom shop. I've always wanted a custom shop, and I thought I'd get one, you know. Before I start though, I'd just like to say a big thanks to Doug from Wild West Guitars. I got it from there. I live in New Zealand, and these things, they're so expensive in New Zealand. Though they're expensive anyway, aren't they? But in New Zealand, they seem to just mark them up so much. So I ordered it from America, and thanks very much, Doug. It's really great to get it over here and play one of these. I think one of the things that stopped me ordering one of these guitars before is, normally in New Zealand, there's one or two of these guitars floating around, but they're kind of the older ones, you know, the 1950s versions, which had the really big neck. And I was a bit worried about that because my hands are quite small and I'm used to playing, you know, a C neck, but we'll get back to that in just a sec. But so it's a 1960 Fender custom shop, as I say. It's got an older body, and it's Relic, which I'll show you now, so you can have a look. It's not heavy Relic. It's just Relic, but it's quite heavy. But it's amazing how they do it, I think, really. I was watching a guy from Fender the other day, and he was saying that every mark, you know, they're well thought out, all these marks, they're not just hit. Now, I know some people don't like Relic guitars, and they say, oh, you should play it, you know, and until it gets old. But the thing is, the newer guitars, the newer Fender guitars, they've got a polyurethane finish, so it's never going to look like this. These are nitrocellulose, so the varnish was different and it rubs off. But I do love all these marks, and in fact, even the pick guard, which is quite cool, you know, that's faded, got some marks in it. On the bottom here, you can see where the cable goes, and on the back, I'll just show you the back. It's quite nicely done as well. It's nice to have that logo, isn't it? But I tell you what is very impressive with these things. They've managed to, even though it's Relic, it's not just Relic, they've got some dirt in there too. So I'm not too sure how they do that, if they just, you know, get some dirt, rub it in, and then they Relic it, or they put the dirt in afterwards. But if you can see that in this light, but it's all kind of yellowed there and at the back. The other thing is, this is a roasted bird's eye maple neck, and that's very cool, isn't it? Really nice wood, that. Roasted woods are meant to give you a kind of a warmer sound. I'll play a bit in a minute so you can hear. But this is quite cool. They've removed the varnish in that bit of the neck, and it feels real good, real good. That's it here. If you can see, I'll just hold it up for you there. Can you see that all right? So inside this guitar, we've got the older body. It's a 5-way switch, which is really good, and they sound really great. These pickups, they're fat 60s pickups. These ones here, they're hand wound fat 60s pickups, and the frets are 6105s, so they're nice and easy. They don't fret out. They bend very nicely. It's got a set of 10s on it at the moment, which are a bit, I don't normally use 10s, I normally use 9s, but anyway, the 10s, I'm just getting used to those, but you do get a bit more tone, I think, with the 10s anyway, which is really good. So that's it there. Yeah, the worrying thing for me, because I can't try these guitars really in New Zealand, and if you're paying a lot of money for a guitar, the neck is really important, you know. So if you're thinking of kind of ordering one of these Fender custom shops, I'll just show you the guide. Let me just put this down a sec. I got one of these guides. One of these Fender custom shop guides. You can download this, by the way. This is the 2017 design guide. I'm sure the new one will be out soon. But anyway, what you can do with this guide is you can kind of look through it, and you can choose a bass model for your guitar here. So you can choose what kind of model you want, and it's got these standard features, and then as you go through the book, you can choose what kind of finish you want, what kind of relicing you want, you know. So you can have a heavy relic or that kind of stuff there, which is all cool. But that was the guitar that I loved. When I sort of looked at this book, I thought, oh, that would be great to get a guitar like that. So this one here is pretty much that guitar, apart from I got the roasted bird's eye maple, which I like something a bit different, you know, looks good. But I like that relicing, which is pretty much the same, which is really good. But anyway, as you go through the book, you can choose what paint you want, what wood you want, you know, in the custom shop and so on, and what neck wood you want, and what colour you want. That's a hard choice because there's so many good ones. But the thing which was quite interesting to me, and the thing that took me a long time to decide, was the type of neck, because in the end I went with this one here, a 60s style oval C, and this is lovely for my hands. It's nice and comfortable. You know, it's still a vintage guitar, but it's you know, a thin neck. So it's not really thin. It's not like, say, an Ibanez guitar, but it's still, you know, it's still good. It's still really nice and thin. It feels comfortable to play, which is the main thing. And when you're ordering like a custom shop guitar, you really, you're spending that kind of money, you know, you really want to make sure you get the neck right. I found for my hands, the soft V, I know some people say they're comfortable, but for my little hands, I think it was all right for a while. But it's one of those things that if you kept on playing, I think it would be a bit sore after a while. Anyway, so that's what I got in the end, the 60s style oval set, and it's really comfortable. Feels really good. So this guitar really is pretty much everything I wanted in a custom shop guitar. It's got the rosewood board, and the only thing I would have ordered from the custom shop if I'd have, you know, ordered it, but I didn't really want to wait a year or two, was obviously, now these old guitars, they've got the screw-in whammy bar, but the new guitars, the Fender Professional ones from 2017, they've got the pop-in tremolo arm, and I really like that. I think that's really cool. It makes things a bit easier. So I think apart from that, this is what I would have ordered from the custom shop. If I'd have had my wish list, I would have got this, you know, the oval C neck, 6105 frets. They're nice for bending, really easy. I think I may have got this roasted neck because I like something that's a bit different, you know, in a guitar to make it you. And yeah, and the pop-in thing, the pickups sound great, which I'll do a bit of playing at the moment. But I'll tell you what is very, you know, interesting about ordering, you know, these guitars, or thinking about ordering your dream guitar, is that I realised I didn't really know too much about, you know, the components of guitars, or what I mean by that is what I liked. You know, what kind of fretboard do you like? Do you like a maple fretboard, or do you like a rosewood neck? You know, what type of frets do you like? What radius of the neck do you want? That's how round the neck is. And the vintage ones, the older vintage ones, tend to come with a 7.25 radius, and this is a 9.5, so it's a bit flatter, so the strings don't choke out so much, you know. So but learning all about that is quite an interesting process, because I used to just pick up a guitar, I'm sure a lot of you did, you know, pick up a guitar and play it, and you think, oh, I don't like that, but I didn't quite know why, you know, I didn't like it. But now I think I've got it down to, I know, okay, I like a rosewood board, definitely 6105 frets, and also you know, the 9.5 radius, and all these things you discover, and it's quite an interesting journey, I must say, if you think about you know, building a guitar, or even if you don't want to build one, even if you're just thinking, why does this guitar play so much better and feel so much more comfortable, you should look into that. It's quite interesting. What neck does it have? You know, what do you prefer, maple or rosewood neck? And so it's all quite an interesting process, really. All right, I found it quite interesting anyway. So there we go. What else can I tell you about this guitar? That's about it, I think. Yeah, all the body, fat 60s pickups, 6105 frets, bird's eye maple, roasted bird's eye maple neck, should be a warmer tone, and yeah, that's great. And it's pretty light, this guitar. I've got a 2017 professional guitar as well, but which I'll do a comparison of one day, which will put some fat 50s pickups in. But this one does feel lighter. It does feel lighter. I think I saw in the instructions, which I've got here. I say instructions, they're the things that come with the Fender custom shop. This is the stuff you get with it. So you can kind of see the details they've put in. What was I talking about just there? I've just forgotten. Yeah, fat 50s. So yeah. Anyway, that's the specs, and I've totally forgotten what I was saying there. But anyway, the specs are on here. And that's the certificate you get with it if you buy a custom shop guitar. This is a small one, isn't it? Small certificate. But there we go. You can put it neatly on your kitchen table, so when your friends come round, you know, they'll be very impressed, you know, with it. Well, actually, probably they look at these custom shop ones and they think, hey, why have you got something that looks so ruined? You wouldn't believe it was a new guitar, really, would you? With these things. But anyway, there we go. I'll show you the case in a sec too. But let's have a look at some of the sounds from it. See what you think. Right, okay, so what we'll do is we'll start down here in the bridge position, and I should mention that I'm playing through a Blues Junior, and the pedals I'm using just at the moment, because I'll start with a dirty tone, is I've got an Andy Timmons overdrive pedal, which is really good, by the way, and an X-Stomp with a cabinet simulator. I think it's a Vox cabinet simulator, and I've got a flashback delay. So I'll kind of play the same kind of lick just so you can hear. So here is on the bridge position. Now this has got a lot of tone variety here, because if I roll that tone knob off, if I do that, kind of sounds a bit, in my mind, less poorly maybe if you turn that up. So that's that position. I like that kind of aggressive. I like that kind of sound. The second position is a good one. This is a nice one on a clean channel, but that's nice on that one. Let's have a look at this one. So that's that middle position here. And we go to this one. This is my favourite kind of position with the neck and the middle position. Actually, that sounds good, and it's interesting with this whammy bar, because now this has only just arrived, but it's managed to stay in tune pretty good, this guitar. Last one here. So that's neck position, sounds good. Let's have some clean sounds, see what it sounds like. I like effects. If you get bored of your playing, there's always some new effect you can use, isn't there? So this is a clean sound. That's just going through the Blues Junior. So if I just I'll roll off the volume a bit. Okay, so now this position, this second position, I think you get that Fender quacky sound. So that sounds nice, I think, even with... Okay, now if we go to the other position here, third position. Yeah, that sounds nice, that middle position. My favourite position here on that neck. So that's that position. And finally, the neck position here. I'll put a little reverb on here. Is that too much reverb? Might be. So that's that neck position with a bit of reverb. So there we go. I'll do some more recording with this guitar. It kind of gives you a basic idea, but really what I was most concerned about when you buy these, I think you know they're kind of going to sound good with these pickups, but you know, I was worried about the playability of it. So if you're thinking of buying a Fender custom shop, as long as you know what kind of neck you want, I think you'll be really happy with it. So hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was useful. Do leave any comments or questions you got about these guitars on the comments below, and I'll leave you with some pictures of the case and some other pictures of the guitar. So have fun and good luck in your guitar search.